Hello everyone, and welcome back to Age of Mythology Divine Edition. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the second Lakota major god, Unci Mahka. Unci Mahka is primarily focused upon your economy and ribbon gardens, although she does have a scout similar to Wheeze, in Magpie, who scouts for you, gains more powerful every migration, and may be retrained upon death. For a favor cost, your ribbon gardens can convert all bison in the area, summon bison which contain gold instead of food, or give momentary line of sight of the area. Every migration, you will gain extra bison. Unci Mahka's guard power is best used essentially immediately in the game. If you use it close to the center of the map, it'll give you the largest area of coverage, and it will illuminate every single tree in a large radius of the point that you clicked for a short time. This doesn't usually reveal enemy buildings, but it can reveal locations where you are likely to find a town center. So for example, if you look at some areas of the map which appear somewhat devoid of trees, if I can type, you can see town center, town center, town center. And that can be quite helpful, especially for the Lakota who really want to find town centers. Again, in the Archaic Age, Unci Mahka has no technologies. And here's Magpie. Magpie is a very slow scout and does not have great line of sight, but like with One Blade, it will become more and more useful every age. Building a ribbon garden, we can already convert all nearby bison. So if we summon, say, 3 bison, one of which appeared in our town center, and then convert them, we can now move these bison and put them in an area that is handy for collection. In addition, we can train gold bison, which you might notice are more expensive when it comes to favor. So for 3 of them, it takes 3 times as much favor, and they have 200 gold apiece. They do notably count as hunt, so you gain hunt bonuses when gathering from them. And then, for 1 favor, you can just gain a flash of line of sight of the area. This is only really useful for detecting enemy buildings. Alright, let's advance to the next age. And we gain more bison than we otherwise would. In the Classical Age, we may research reflections, which allows us to build Grandmother's Trees. Grandmother's Trees are a fortress-type unit. They are quite good against heroes, myth units, and buildings, though less effective against human soldiers. They cannot be deleted, but if they are destroyed, they will spawn 2 We Can, which are Mythic Age myth units. You will notice that Grandmother's Trees are extremely expensive. This is because they're quite strong and they grant 2 powerful myth units if destroyed, but in general, you will not be building these in the Classical Age. It is simply available in the Classical Age to research if you so desire. Advancing to the Heroic Age, and moving over here. Something else to note. If you garrison Magpie inside of one of Grandmother's trees, it will double the damage. Like so. In the Heroic Age, we research As Above, which increases the line of sight and range of all buildings by 2. And So Below, which increases the health and damage of all buildings by 5%. These represent some of the only defensive options the Lakota have when it comes to upgrading their buildings, so it can be quite valuable for that reason. Advancing to the Mythic Age, we have a Night Watcher, which gives Grandmother's Trees 10 more line of sight and range, improving their range to a full 30, which is huge. This is exclusive, however, with Daybreaker, and Daybreaker causes Grandmother's Trees to do 50% more damage, and as part of this, fire 50% more quickly. You may only pick one. So we can pick this one and see just the line of sight and the range that this thing has. That essentially is what Unci Mahka has to offer. Overall, she is predominantly, I would say, a late game focused god, with the Grandmother's Tree being a great late game unit, and many of these being very nice ways of getting supplemental gold. Something it is worthwhile to notice is by converting Bison with this 5 favor cost, it becomes far more effective if you have a whole bunch of them sitting around, and it also converts Gold Bison. And Bison do 12 hack damage per second. So just from this 5 favor and the favor I previously spent, I now have a set style army that I can use to attack the enemy. Of course, similar to set, Bison are not the best warriors, and they do cost 2 populations, so they're not very population efficient either, especially when you consider the set of cavalry that the Lakota have access to. Anyways, that's all for Unci Mahka. Hope to see you in the next video where we discuss High Hand Karga.